Well, it's Saturday again, and I can hear you saying, where's he brought us this week? Well, this week, folks, Kanchanaburi. Many different ways of saying it. Kanchanaburi, Kanchanaburi, all different ways, depends where you're from. If you're local, you put a word together. Anyway, here we are bang in the town centre. I used local transport, a story in itself. I nearly lost my bag with my passport in it on the boat. Less said about that the better. And then I've got a small bus for 100 baht all the way from the southern bus terminal in Bangkok. So here I am, and I'm staying right bang in the town centre of Kanchanaburi, which is a bit of a walk to the attractions, but very handy in the morning. There's the bus terminal. I'm about 2 minutes away. Adverts for the national football team up there. So it's another scorcher, and I'm combining it again with sightseeing and football. So we'll see how we go along. Thank you ever so much for your kind words previous weeks. The Commonwealth Kanchanaburi War Ceremony, where the remains of nearly 7,000 servicemen lie who perished during the war, and the work around the death railway. The museum just up there, it's closed just now, as this is only a brief look, scratching the surface of Kanchanaburi. Hopefully one or two of you might get the idea to come up here. It's so sad but so peaceful. People are quiet. I'm trying to speak as quietly as I can while I'm doing this. Yeah. And of course, nobody wins in war at the end. A reminder of that there's a cemetery for locals further along. Dear me, the world's had some bad people. Well, looks like a typical market come night market here in an historic place, which I'll feature in a second. I went to the war cemetery, as you saw, and I fancied a drink, if I'm honest. It was a bit sombre, and a bite to eat, and we have a lot of banter on social media, as you know, and some kind gent said, go to the Aussie Rules bar, good for sport, good for food. And I give them a bit of banter back, you know, oh no, not Aussies again, blah blah blah. Anyway, off I pop, and I was always going to go in, if I'm honest. I like playing up to me cheap Charlie stunts, but value doesn't always pay off, as I'm about to tell you. Oh, and the hotel story, that'll be very later in the video, dearie me. Put it this way, when I turn out the light tonight in my hotel, the light will still be on when I get into bed. It's that small. Anyway, I digress. So, I'm messaging my mate saying, well, this Aussie Rolls bar isn't all it's cracked up to be. At least I get a can of cider, I suppose, but there's no sport on the telly. All there is, there's one on with no sound and some nondescript 70s music on, blaring out in the background. And the food was okay. I had pad kapow moo, quite spicy, but it was quite expensive, so I said, I hope it, you know, not as I thought it was going to be, lads. Only for me to walk outside and realise I was in the wrong bloody bar. The Aussie Rules bar was another 50 yards up the road. So Martin, if you're watching this, I hope you are. Apologies mate, I made an idiot of myself again. And that's the way last 2 weeks have gone, really. Sometimes I think I've got it right and I've been let down, or something has gone wrong. But do you know what? The beauty is, there's always the chance of having a laugh here at things that used to drive me under down in the UK. Yeah. See what tonight brings. A strip, by the way, that I've walked all the way along to here, by the bridge. Quite a long way, but it looks quite vibrant for this evening. Of course, it's Anzac Day commemoration on Monday, so quite a lot of Aussies and Kiwis in town. So, a film was made about this. Alec Guinness isn't here today, and I swear one year he's going to miss the detonator on Boxing Day. But, all joking aside, obviously a very sad story. Not all around here, you know, much of it in the surrounding areas. I'm going to have a brief look. This is only a brief look at Kanchanaburi. Hopefully, you know, it'll enthuse some of you to come. It'll certainly enthuse me to come longer. Thanks for some of the tips that have been given. Steve Walker gave me some good ones. And I can see one over the way there. So I'm going to walk over the railway bridge because the trains are very infrequent. As you can see, lots of tourists on there. We'll see what we can find over the other side. Yeah, it's great to see Thailand gradually opening up again after COVID. Seen evidence of it around the country on my travels. Still not fully open. The War Museum, by the way, just over the way there. And here we've got the Prisoner of War Camp Museum, which also looks as though it turns into a big night bazaar and market and drink area and entertainment on the stage. As I say, it's gradually coming back to life. I love Thailand, I love the people, but crikey, at times, every time you see somebody doing a job to improve the place, it looks like you're about to watch something from You've Been Framed and a big accident about to happen. Now, there's nothing worse in my view than some of the over-the-top Western health and safety regulations, and I do think they are over the top, but there could be a middle ground. Honestly, sometimes you have to be here to believe it. The bus rides, the DIY jobs, the maintenance. Yeah. Well, that's why I love it, I guess. That's why I love it. Very nice here down by the River Kwai. Right, so it's been quite a walk really, from where I'm staying to the war cemetery, right along the main tourist road, via a stop admittedly, bridge over the River Kwai, and then up here to the stadium for the match tonight, which is Can United home team on Kanchanaburi, who are chasing a playoff spot, so they need a win tonight. And they're up against Navy, who are already sunk in the relegation places. Keep up at the back there, watch out for the joke. Sunk, thank you. It sounds a good pre-match vibe here. And I'm really happy, 120 baht to get in. I know it's an impressive stadium, so I've been here before to take photos when there was no game on my previous visit. I'm going to see what food and drink opportunities are around. Nice local live band on before kick-off. Yeah, as you can imagine, plenty of food there, very good local food, cheap nibbles. Keep your eyes off, that's mine. 70 baht at a football ground for a large beer. Need to learn one or two things back home in England. good. Really pleased for the locals. The team won. They get a better result than Kai next week. They're in the playoffs. There I am back at night by the bridge of the River Kwai. As you can see, it's taken off a little bit over the way there. Now, one of the unfortunate things about coming to games in the middle of nowhere is transport. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. I'm going to set off walking. I've walked from the stadium down here, which is a fair walk in itself. Now I'm going to hope somebody pulls in, a taxi or a tuk-tuk or something, pulls in as I go down the main tourist road towards the bars. Otherwise, I'm going to be very thirsty in 40 minutes. Right, Joe, it's gone midnight. And fortunately, 7-Eleven, despite its name, does open all night in a lot of places. So I've got some snacks to take home. There wasn't any local transport. I did walk all the way to the Aussie Rules bar, and I've walked all the way from the Aussie Rules bar to here. So nearly 10 miles, over 10 miles probably today. It's a lot of walking. It made me very thirsty. So if I'm talking cobblers, there's the excuse. No, it's been a great day. It's been a great day. The local stripper bars where the expats generally go, nothing too exciting if I'm honest. They're okay, they're friendly, they're good value, but if I'm honest, I think I preferred the bar scene in Pisona last weekend. You have to get on with locals. They weren't too busy, by the way. A lot of them are Aussie orientated, and it's Anzac Day Monday, as I've said before. I'm not staying Anzac Day because, to be quite honest, I haven't got a dog in that fight, to use a terrible term. It's for Aussies, and I'd be upset if other people came and jumped and piggybacked on the back of 11-11. It's just the way I am, just the way I am. So yeah, I'm off home now. I'll be up early in the morning, get a bus back to Bangkok and have another day. But Kanchanaburi is a great place. The vibe of it I really like. It reminds me somewhat of Chiang Rai. Only a few more Westerners here, because it's closer to Bangkok. So, whether I listen to the boxing or not, I don't know. There's one thing, I won't get lost in my room. Yeah, we all learn from our mistakes, don't we? I just hope nobody's too excited in the room next door and got lucky, because I do feel I'll have a ringside seat. It's that close and the walls are that thin. But as I say, that's all part of travelling. Hope you've enjoyed this snippet. I'll do a quick one in the morning. Ooh, I misses. Carry on style that. Now there'll be a little video in the morning to report on me getting back. Until then, thanks ever so much. Who knows where we go next Saturday. Right, it's just before 8 Sunday morning, and that was Kanchanaburi. Really enjoyed it. Great few hours here. I will return, and thanks for all the advice. There are places I want to go to, Hellfire and Pagoda Pass and the Erawan waterfalls, etc. I will get round to that. I'll come for a longer stay. I'll also come for a day return next year in the football season, because there is a second football club here whose games kick off at 3:30, so that would enable me just to come up in the morning, go to the match and get home. But yeah, all in all, really enjoyed it. Nice place, nice people. Poor hotel, but that's my own stupid fault. And it was poor. But it was clean, safe, but yeah, lacking. Anyway, enough of that. So, got up early this morning to beat the traffic, heading back to Bangkok. Another fun-filled week awaits. Take care wherever you are, and thanks for watching, and be kind to each